just laid the baby down for bed. Yes, she is pretty much a toddler, but I still call her the baby. I have never had a child that wanted their bed as much as she does. What was she saying? She loves her bed. She asks for her bed.
She wants to take a nap.
And I kind of wonder if she just gets overstimulated because everyone's always grabbing her, picking her up.
Come play with me. Come look at this.
So cute. Okay, we have a fly in the house too.
Get
It's
out of
driving
here.
me crazy.
Don't you know it's lunchtime and we are hungry? I've got it.
Wait, Jared, this will work.
That's not how fly swatters work.
It's like an open hole.
That's too much. I just cut myself on the bread knife. It's too early in the video to be making those kind of jokes, okay? Today is one of my favorite recipes of all time. It's been a huge hit with our family and even some neighbors that we brought dinner to.
Which is saying a lot because this is our 4th time making this dish and we only started making it 3 weeks ago.
If that.
And it's literally our favorite.
Today we are going to be making pork chops and scalloped potatoes in a cast iron pan.
It's pretty much just a 1-pan dinner dish, which I really love. And then we will do a side of green beans. I am no pro. You're just here watching us try and do this. This is amazing. If you have any tips for green beans later, let me know, but we'll cook that in a minute.
The reason why we do green beans is because it's a good vegetable that we know our kids love, so we try and incorporate it when we can.
I never go and make pork chops on my own. The only times I've made pork chops in our marriage is when we have had a food service that they bring it to the door and then you cook it at home, like a HelloFresh. Or there's other ones that we've tried as well.
Yep.
And I loved it. And I told Jared, why don't I make pork chops? I think it's because I just liked that it was an instruction and it told you what to do, but it was good every time. Fast forward many years, one of our friends invited us over for dinner last month and they had pork chops and applesauce. It was so good, I had to hold myself back. I had already got up twice for more and I could have eaten even more and I was like,
we're taking this home with us.
I was like, you invited us for dinner, I will not continue to keep getting up. It was so good, so I came home and I made pork chops. I just looked on Pinterest, what's like a nice, easy pork chop recipe, and there's many. So this is the one I kind of fell onto. So we've got 3 pork chops. We've got about 5 potatoes. These are regular russet potatoes, and then we have a few Yukon potatoes left over. Grab an onion, grab your cheddar cheese, cup of milk, and whatever spices you want. We are going to show you step by step how we make this.
First thing you're gonna do is preheat your oven to 350. While that's preheating, you're gonna take a mandolin, if you have one, and carefully slice your potatoes very thin. Whereas thick, if you like that, that's great. You can slice it down with a knife, but I like using the mandolin because it makes them very thin.
This is the first time we've had a mandolin. When I have been making it, I just cut it by hand really thin, but when I made it for my friend the other day for dinner, I was like, I want to do a really good job, so I went and got this, and I freaking nicked myself. And I even told myself, be careful.
Be very cautious when using a mandolin. Wear a glove or use a towel or something because they are dangerous. It's literally just a blade and you cut fast, but we're gonna start peeling the potatoes and we're gonna get going on this. Have we washed these already?
I just peel them and then I rinse them in the sink.
All right, let's start peeling. Oh, we've got 2 peelers we can peel together. We sword fought today at the store and it was a lot of fun. I'll put that clip in here now. Catch. Ooh, how'd you get so good? So when I lived in Finland, you would have potatoes a lot. And if you know anything about me, you'll know that I grew up hating potatoes. And Finland is a huge potato country. Their potatoes are much smaller than the ones that we have here in the States. Idaho potatoes are massive. But at the dinner table, they wouldn't peel their potatoes before they cooked it. They would peel them at the table. So you would take your fork and you would peel it with your knife right then and there. And they would just bake their potatoes.
I really don't like to eat the skins of anything, even apples. I love an apple, but I cut the skins off.
Really?
I just don't like the texture. I don't know.
See, that's interesting because kiwis, I'll totally eat the skin of the kiwi. Is that too far? Did I take it too far?
To be very honest, I know everything about you, and right now I'm kind of that's disgusting. A kiwi?
Yeah, there's so many nutrients in the skin of the kiwi.
It's like little micro hairs, fibers all over your mouth.
Yeah. and it's not bad.
Well, I'm doing 2 kind of potatoes today because this is what I have in the pantry. Honestly, the few times I've made it, I like the Yukon potatoes better, but I think having this mix will be great. This is such a comforting dish. Like, the kids eat it up. So that's what I love too, is like if the kids all eat it, do it. What's up?
You peeled 5 potatoes by the time I did 1.
Let's be honest, I'm the one that cooks all our dinners. That's okay. You preheat the oven.
Oh, I didn't even preheat the
Damn
oven.
it, Jared! You had one job.
I had 1 job and I suck at it.
You had literally 1 job.
It's like 5 minutes of nothing.
I'll let you cut the onion. You cry. I'm done crying.
I'm already crying at how terrible I am.
It's taken all my energy just to be here, so you cut the onion.
If you're following along with us, that's great. Okay, where's the knife? Give me a knife.
This is definitely not a cooking video where people just want to get to the point. You know how when you watch a video, you're just like, okay, just show me the dang cake. No, we're just gonna slowly make this dish.
This is like the live action version of looking at a Pinterest recipe. You're going along the whole freaking journey. You're scrolling through ads.
All those stupid ads, like, get to the recipe.
And we're just like, hey everybody, here's our life story. And at the very bottom of the page is the recipe. All right.
Okay, you cut the onion, I'm gonna grate the cheese. You can do a ton of different cheeses to make this really good, like Gyro cheese. That's such a good cheese. I love it. So if you did like a mix of cheeses, this dish would be really good. I love even pepper jack in it, but this is what we've got. We've just got some cheddar cheese on hand on this huge old block. So I'm gonna shred about 3 cups.
Things are rolling everywhere. What is happening? Where's the slap chop when you need it?
Stop having a boring life. You can have an exciting life now.
Do you remember that?
No, it's amazing. Jared's mom gave this to us, and it's one of my favorite tools. It's like the chopper, but something happened with the really small one, which is what you would use for an onion, and I honestly really like it. We just need to replace that, the little one.
Not enough onion.
It's a little boat.
Onion boat.
That's great.
I dare you to take a bite.
Nope, I will not. That would ruin my day, and I'd be cranky. It
So-
would make my stomach hurt.
I know some people wear like goggles while they cut onions. I heard if you chew gum, that it won't make you cry.
My friend the other day was talking about how like our parents and their generation, and she was like, they're just, what's the word she used? Like sufferers.
Yeah, they
Like,
suffer through things.
They don't like something, but they just suffer through and still do it, or they still eat it, or I'm uncomfortable, but I'm gonna suffer through. Like, our generation, it's like, no, that's uncomfortable, I'm not doing that. I guess our generation might be a little quicker to make changes if they don't like it.
Well, I think we also have the luxury of those changes where when they grew up, they didn't have as many choices as we do. So that might be a thing that they grew up and that's just how they have been.
I think of the onion thing. It's
Yeah.
like, just suffer through and deal with it and like have your eyes be red. But like,
Oh, rather than
find a
like
solution.
find a solution. That makes a lot more sense and is more practical than like, well, maybe they just didn't have a choice because they lived on a farm.
well, both. Both. This is enough cheese.
The thing that I love about doing this kind of stuff is people are probably looking at it and like, Jared, the way you're doing this is all wrong. And then they teach me, they're like, hey, here's actually how you do this. And so I learn while you guys learn about these recipes. How's that look? Is
There we
that
go.
diced enough or do we want?
That's perfect, Jared.
You're so nice to me when I know you're not happy with it.
I am happy. Don't say that. That's not true.
One of my favorite things
You'd know.
is June will walk around and she'll just say, happy, happy, happy.
Yes.
And it's just the cutest thing.
Wait. What? I don't need to
Safety
wait.
first, Ellie. Holy
I don't
cow,
have
you're
a
just gonna-
glove.
You're just gonna
What's
like,
safety? I don't have anything else.
maybe like use a rag or something. I don't want you to cut your finger.
Well, when it gets close to the bottom, I'll
Okay.
like do this.
I'm ready.
It's a scary thing. I wasted a lot of potatoes the other day because I'm like, if I even get close to my nail, I'm like, never mind.
On the bright side, you'll get to go get your nails done.
I stopped doing my nails, by the way, because they're always in water, and I was constantly feeling like I needed to get them done, and so I just stopped doing them. Okay, so take it, dump it in your bowl, and let's keep shredding. We're both tag teaming this.
Tag teaming just like we did with the potatoes. You do 5 and I do 1.
It's gonna be such a good lunch.
I'm really excited. I think that's one of the reasons I'm so excited is because we are both so hungry right now. There's that fly again.
See, I don't dare get to the bottom.
Not while you're using the mandolin. I'm watching for that fly.
See, even that, it's like, that's enough.
It kind of like reminds you that story about the grandma who cut off the ends of the roast, and they're like, I don't know, I just do it because my mom did it.
Aw,
well, I
like
just did it because
tradition.
grandma did it. And grandma was like, I just did it because my pan wasn't big enough.
So cute.
We
Freaking-
cut off the ends because we didn't want to lose a finger.
I love stories like that.
We're gonna combine that all together with our milk, salt, pepper, and seasoning. We got about 5 or 6 potatoes, 1 diced onion, 3 cups cheddar cheese, 1 cup of milk. You can use whatever seasonings you like. Today we're gonna be using salt, ground mustard, pepper if you'd like, but today we're going to skip it. And then we're gonna mix it all together.
We are not doing pepper because that's just something I try and avoid adding into my foods. I don't necessarily get migraines with it, but it's just kind of one of those triggers that if I have too much, I do.
I'm gonna get that fly.
It's weird that we have a fly right now.
I know. There was one in my office while I was editing the other day, and it was just not leaving me alone. It drove me crazy, and I couldn't get it. Shoe fly.
It literally takes me 10 minutes at home to do this. It's not bad at all. We're gonna dump everything into this cast iron pan. I'm gonna link this pan. It is my favorite cast iron pan. It is expensive. There are other ones, like I have a Lodge one over here. It was literally like $24. You could do that. We use this all the time. I got it years and years ago for Jared for Father's Day. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt on the top. Sorry, Jared.
That's okay. I wasn't salty enough.
And then just a little bit more of this ground ginger. Truly use whatever seasonings you want.
Now, real quick, you said ginger, but that's actually ground mustard.
That's what I meant.
I just didn't want you to need ginger. Actually put in mustard.
And then we are going to top the potato with some butter.
You really can't go wrong with a cast iron pan because they're just so versatile. We use them for steaks, we use them in the oven, we use them on the smoker outside, and they last forever. You could even go to a secondhand store and find a cast iron pan there and re-season it and restore it because they are just that good.
Yeah, they will last forever. Look at that cheese. We don't want to waste that. On the pork chops, I'm gonna sprinkle garlic powder.
And a little paprika.
Okay, the picture on Pinterest, it's like, it almost looks like the pork chops are all like caramelized and it has like different seasonings on it. So I'm like, the picture looks a lot better than what it actually is.
You can use whatever seasonings you like. People will put like chives on it and everything like that. So you can do it to taste however you want. This is just what we've done and it's been great.
So here you have your dish. Super easy, super quick, especially if you're not talking. Put it in the oven and it's gonna bake for about 50 minutes. Halfway through, flip the pork chops over and then we will test it with a thermometer because we don't want our pork chops very dry.
We're gonna cook the pork chops to 145 degrees. And while we wait for that to cook, we can clean up our mess. We're about halfway through, so now we're gonna open the oven and flip the pork chops. And already it is looking so good. Now, another 20 or so minutes and we'll check the temperature.
Let's make the green beans. I am gonna turn my pan on, and this is really good in a cast iron pan as well, but it's easier to burn the garlic in the cast iron pan, so I tend to just grab my nonstick pan. I just cut all the ends off and I've already washed it. It's gonna go in the pan, and this is as much green beans as I have left, or I would do a lot more. So Jared and I are gonna have very little green beans for lunch. I'm going to add some water and I'm going to put this on high until the water boils, and then I will kind of just let it simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes.
Water's boiling, so I'm just gonna turn it down just a touch.
All of that water is pretty much cooked out, so I don't even need to drain anything. The green beans are pretty soft to the touch, but they need another minute or 2 of cooking, which is perfect because that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, if you have a better option of cooking green beans, let me know, but this has been my favorite. I've tried baking them, air frying them, but this has been my best option. So I'm gonna take a few cloves of garlic. I think the garlic is so yummy. And then I'm going to take butter, some salt, not a lot of salt because the butter is salted, I'll just do a little bit. And then I'm gonna turn the heat back up a little bit while that butter melts. And I'm literally just gonna constantly stir it for another like 3 minutes, and then the green beans will be done.
You hear the sizzle? Sizzle. Cooking ASMR. I hope it tastes as good as it sounds. We've got about 5 minutes left on the oven, so I'm just going to check the temperature of these pork chops and see about where we are. Like I said, we want to be about 145 internally, and it's slowly rising.
Probably not 145 yet.
No, we're about 136, so just a couple more minutes in there. Let me check this back one.
Perfect, 'cause we
Yep.
have about 5 minutes left.
Yep, so that will be just enough time to get that last cooking done. Okay, we just checked the temperature and we are at 145 degrees, which is the minimum temperature you want for your pork chops. So we are going to safely take it over here. We'll set it right here. How does that look?
It looks so good. I'm on a screen, but the baby's asleep. Look how good it looks.
I'm so excited. It looks so tasty. I really just want to like dive in and eat it.
This is no pork chops and applesauce, but it is a really, really yummy pork chop, cheesy potato. Love having the green beans. When I'm cooking it for my family for dinner, it literally just goes by so quick. I just have to cut it up, I throw it in the pan, and I bake it. And it's literally done.
The most of the time is spent waiting for it to cook. It doesn't take long to prepare, and that's why we like it so much.
Like, look at the green beans. Look at us, we literally ate. That was the last of the green beans that were in our fridge. Those are such cheesy potatoes. So you can add whatever you want on top of it, like green chilies or chives. That would be really good. This has just been so easy, I haven't dared change it up.
Some people will put like breadcrumbs or crackers on the top to give it like a nice crispy crust as well. But overall, this is like one of those things that is just so good, you can't mess it up too much. And we're excited to eat. So we dig in?
We shall dig in. Got a bite of this. I need a bite of the crunchy potato over here.
Cheers.
Tink, tink.
Oh my gosh.
I would eat it many days a week.
It's just so good. The pork chop was amazing. Like it's cooked so well.
The green beans are awesome because they still have a little crunch to it. Green beans are awesome.
Oh my gosh. Good job. We did it.
High five.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit and eat my whole entire plate.
Here's a question I have. We've done a couple meals here in the kitchen. Where should we go and have dinner together? Anywhere in the country. Where should we go, eat together, like a date, and we'll talk about the food that we eat there.
I've loved doing baking classes. Jared and I have done a few over the years.
That would be fun.
I would love to do another one, but not like more like specific. Like we're gonna make breads or pies. Maybe more of like a baking class than like a cooking dinner class.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. The thing that I love about doing cooking classes together is we implement that into our routine. Like every Valentine's Day, we've done that steak and lobster tail. It's been so good. If there's any cooking classes or baking classes that you'd recommend for us to try and like make a video about, let us know in the comments down below.
I want to do a chocolate chip cookie class. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to check out my Like to Know. I will have my outfits linked and some of my favorite kitchen items that I use. And we will see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.
Bye.